Hello students, myself Rajkumar Meena, Assistant Professor English. I hope you are all doing with it very well with your studies. Today, with this help of this video, I will make you try to understand APJ Abdul Kalam's vision for 2020. As you know that vision for 2020 was written by APJ Abdul Kalam, who were our former president of India. So, as we begin with the chapter, before it, we have a brief introduction to the author, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was born in 1931. He was specialized in aeronautical engineering from Madras Institute, Madras IIT, and after working for 2 decades in ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization, and masterly launching vehicle technologies, Dr. Kalam took up the responsibility of developing indigenous missile at the Defense Research and Development Program, which is known as DRDO. One thing I try make you introduce that APJ Abdul Kalam is also known as a missile man. Due to his abilities, India achieves capability of indigenous missiles which are known as Agni and Prithvi, which were developed with the help of APJ Abdul Kalam's visions by DRDO. He won many awards including Padma Vibhushan in year 1981, Padma Vibhushan in 1990, and most prestigious Bharat Ratna in year 1997. He became 11th President of India on July 25th, 2002. In Vision 2020, he mainly focuses on transforming India into a developed nation by year 2020. As we know, in our earlier video, I also make you try to understand that Jawaharlal Nehru, which was our first Prime Minister, have a similar vision for India, that he wants India to become a developed nation as they achieved freedom, and the path for people of India led to their success and with their glory. Similarly, in this chapter, Vision for 2020, APJ Abdul Kalam also emphasized on his own thoughts that India is a developing country with many challenges and many potential in their own hands, but India should target it to be a developed nation. And it was a question which was arised by a 6th standard student while he was a president. He was on a tour for Nagaland. There, on tour, while visiting a school, a class 5th student asked, "I would like to live in a happy, prosperous, peaceful, and safe India. Tell me, what will you do, Mr. President? Also, tell me what I should do for that." During this interaction with students, these thoughts were equally received by APJ Abdul Kalam from different parts of our country. These thoughts fascinated or struck him very much, and the the children of our country were so much aware of the future of our country that was very keenly keenly absorbed by APJ Abdul Kalam. So, while answering this, APJ Abdul Kalam wrote this uh, chapter, which is a which is a part of his autobiography, Wings of Fire. APJ Abdul Kalam, in his chapter, says that India is changing. History of India was another part, and day of future is second part, which we have to achieve. As we know, day by day the scenario of world is also changing. Similarly, the change in the life of the people are also be seen by everyone. While during independence in year 1947, there were many more challenges in our challenges before us. That fulfillment of our food grain was the basic challenge which we received while we got independent. Soon, with the help of Green Revolution, we achieved a target and fulfill our needs and deeds of grain and find stability for food grains. This makes India a growing nation and helps us to be self-dependent and ongoing journey of being a developed nation. Similarly, many other sectors also needed this kind of evolution as suggested by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Basically, APJ Abdul Kalam keenly suggested 5 key areas which we have to work or which we have to emphasizely work and achieve our goal of being a developed nation. Here we find in this chapter Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam targeted our weaker section and also targeted our strengths and points to be achieved a target of being a developed nation as other country in this world. 5 key areas. First was the agriculture and food processing. Agriculture and food processing was a very challenging task which we have to achieve by our helps of our farmers. It was a difficult task to fulfill the needs and needs of food of the population of our country. We have to be self-reliant. That's why we have to work with our agriculture and food processing so we can achieve our stability in food grain sector. Other areas of agriculture and agro-food processing will bring food security and prosperity to the rural people and speed up our economic growth. And while achieving our economic growth, we can attain our goal of being a developed nation. Second sector which needs to be worked is sector of education and healthcare. Education and healthcare aimed at increasing the employment and potential leading to the social security and population control. We can say that APJ Abdul Kalam suggests that we have to work on a sector which is related to our healthcare and education, because due to education we can make people educated and aware about their rights and deeds, and it will help for our building the nation. Second sector which have to be worked very keenly is the healthcare sector. As we know that health is a major issue of every person. A healthy man can be developed a healthy family, healthy society, and healthy society developed a healthy state and country. So we have to work, or we have to pay much more importance towards health and education sector. That's why we can achieve the goals and targets as a developed nation. Third sector which APJ Abdul Kalam suggested, that infrastructure structure. To be a developed nation, it is necessary to be self-reliant in our infrastructure sector. We have proper electricity production, proper reliable growth, and many more maps and many more infrastructure needs which should be fulfilled by our nation, such as to be a developed nation, we have full growth of our infrastructure sector, which help us to be a good developed nation in our world. Fourth sector which have to be explored, and by this help of this sector we can achieve our economical goals also, which is known as sector related to IT, information technology and communication technology. This is one of the core competence promoting education in remote area and creating massive employment and national wealth through export and earning. We know that day by day new technologies are introducing in world. Due to this technologies, it make easier to provide facility to every person. Similarly, APJ Abdul Kalam also suggested that information and communication technology is also a sector which can help to rebuild our nation into a form of a developed nation. Fifth and last sector which APJ Abdul Kalam suggested, that critical technology and strategic industries are the sector which led our nation to develop to be a form of a developed nation. In this sector, we find that dependence should be ended, such as we have positive use of our nuclear research and powers. We should take initiatives and innovative steps towards space research. We should be self-reliant in our defense technology, so that we can be more and more self-potential, and growth will be achieved by the hands of our nation and the people. By the help of these 5 key areas, which are closely interrelated with each other, we can achieve our goal of being a developed nation and form India as a developed nation up to year 2020.